Welcome to 108 Gates. We're doing a general reading again with heart chakra tuning fork. So whenever you come to this reading, take what you can or will, and if it's not relevant for you, then don't have to filter it to fit. I'm going to do 3 of these, so here we go. So the vibe is opening up, receptivity to receiving, and again it feels like something's repeating, but it's not the repetitiveness of it, it's the way in which it's being received now. So for example, if you are learning or you are training to run a marathon, you have gone from not being able to make it for 5 minutes and you're just like, I don't know why I'm doing this, to then building up your stamina, building up the way you're approaching your run every day or however many times you train, and then you get to a point where you've seen that tipping point, you've felt that tipping point of, this is it now, I know I've got from here to here, I can see why I'm benefiting this now. I can see why I'm able to do this. I can see why I should continue with this. And this is why it sounds like it's repeating sometimes, but it's not. It's the depth that we're going at. It's the mastery that we're aiming for. So there does feel like there's a definitive identification of some of the things we are mastering, that we're feeling are easier to do, that we are feeling are becoming easier to identify and easier to follow the lead of. Things like this before may have been, as an example, it may have been like once every few weeks you get that spark, and then it was once every few days you get that spark, and then it's like a daily you're getting that spark, and then it's a few times a day you get that spark. And you want to be in that space as much as you can, as often as you can, and going deeper. So it's that beautiful space of developing, evolving, building your inner stamina, building your steadiness, building that inner compass so you can navigate certain things, especially that's going to be coming up. Like if I was to explain the chart at the moment now, it feels like the moon is it's doing a rotation and just kind of like doing a whole sweep over all of the houses, through all the houses, and everything else just seems so still. So it's as if I don't know why this analogy is coming up, but it's as if when everyone's gone to bed and they're all tucked up, and at night time you have that peace and quiet. And if you're working at night, or if you're working on something, or you're tidying up or doing something at night time, your whole connection with what you're doing is different, because everything else is so quiet, and still you're not moving the dog out this way, and you're moving that child out this way, and you're moving this person's paperwork out this way. There's not that interference. The moon right now feels as though it's just going through all of the houses and making sure that everything is tidied up, everything's kind of cleared. So those of you who are doing some deep energy work, I hope you're actually benefiting from that, and you can sense that vibration, that frequency of emotions being stilled and calmed. And yet still, even in that space, you're able to work effectively, efficiently, and to a different level of depth. There's a stillness, but yet still being productive, still being busy in what's got to be done. So realization of how to do things differently. We may have been so pushy, so got to get this done, got to do this, got to do that, and then not actually seeing the way we've been doing things. And then as we're feeling these changes, compassion, there you go. As we're feeling these changes and shifts of doing things differently, we're able to meander from thought to thought, from action to action, slightly differently, with greater ease, and definitely feeling there's the benefit of that, because you're not fighting. Half of the battle was just not pushing, half of it was just about allowing things to happen, and it feels a lot easier to allow certain things to happen now, which is working in your favour. So, right, working in your favour. Some of those conflicts are being removed. Some of those conflicts within yourself, you're not fighting anymore. You're not feeling the need to fight. It's just futile. You can see it's like there's an argument, or there's a inner conflict that you've just been trying to figure out, trying to push out, and it's just, I surrender. Let it go. It is what it is. I will let it be what it's got to be. Let it inform me of what I need to be doing next. Let it inform me of if it's done or not. Because sometimes we go into that fight and fright mode for so long that we're stuck in that. So this is why it feels like it's really important. Like that stillness of the night, stillness of the whole town or the city or the village or whatever it is you are. At night time, everything's still, and you just can feel yourself moving through the night with compassion, with ease, with a different sense of connection to the motion of the energies, motion of the emotions. It's a really beautiful energy. So from here, you're better able to understand, what do I need to be actually grappling with? So if you've been putting your attention on this fight for so long, and now you've let go of this fight, you're gonna, like the way she is holding those coins, it's not exactly holding it as if it's waiting. She's holding it with the elegance, she's holding it with the grace. So there's a different way of juggling what you're doing. There's a different way of contending with your daily chores, your daily routines. There's a different kind of grace and elegance coming into that. So it's manageable. Your time management skills are changing, and other management skills are changing. Managing of people, managing of events, managing of situations. There may be, you may find a really nice groove happening in your day-to-day. Definitely take note of that, and definitely feel into that, because if it's hitting a sweet spot that you want more of, feel into it. What is it about that moment that there's just everything's just clicking into place, everything's just moving softly, gently, swiftly, efficiently, effectively? What is it about your mood in that space? What is it about what's happening around you in that space? Is there the dogs barking at the postperson or whatever it is, but you're still able to keep that cool? Somebody's moaning and complaining about this, but you're still able to keep that cool. Hold on to those moments. Not holding on to grasping them, but go into them and feel into that, and then kind of remember that feeling. The world is whizzing round, but yet you're, at the same time, you're so still and calm within. How do you sustain that? How do you maintain that? Okay, interesting. So there's certain things that you're letting go of. It's like, yeah, it definitely feels like there's certain hands you've been holding on to for so long and you're letting go of. It may be, it feels as though it's either past relationships, past way of doing things, past way of seeing things. There may have been connections that you have been feeling discomfort around. So when you remember certain relationships, certain friendships even that have disappeared or gone, there's a sadness there. There's a, why couldn't it have worked out differently? Or there may be that others are holding on to you. You may feel that they're letting go of you as well. It may be that that you have realised, or they realised, that basically this isn't going to go the way it used to be. It's not going to be the same. We were different people then. We're different people now. We have different goals. We have different things we're working on. So we can't go in the same direction anymore. And it's as simple as wish you well and let go. There is a sadness there, but at the same time, there's going to be a great more happiness when you see that what you're allowing in from that action, when you see what you're allowing in to fulfill yourself, as opposed to just being that distressed or worrying space, it's going to be a whole different vibe altogether. So I'm drawn to do the tuning forks again. I'm not sure why, because I just want to release that. If you don't want to hear the tuning fork, I'm just going to do one just to release that. It's the heart chakra one, so if you don't want to hear it, mute, and then I'll come back in a second. But I'm going to just do one just to release that. Here we go. That's going deep. It's going really deep. So you might want to hear that one again. If you just go back about 30 seconds. It feels really deep. It feels as though there's a load of sadness there. There's a load of regret because things didn't work out the way you wanted. You feel sad because you can feel the other person's pain, but you know that I can't carry this pain anymore. They're not doing their work. They're not wanting to see where they can do the work or how they can do the work, and you can't do it for them. So instead of you being pulled down with the ship, you're having to let the ship just go. And it is sad. It has got a sadness, but it's inevitable on some level. Some things just have to come to an end. They're okay. Whatever this is you're letting go of, it's actually going to be a really peaceful resolution on both sides. Whoever it is that you're having to let go of, whatever it is you're letting go of, it, like I said, it could be past relationships where you felt remorse or regret that it didn't work out better, or that you aimed to have a more amicable outcome and it wasn't that way, or it could be, I don't know, family members that have passed, or someone has passed. Something has just, it's gone, but it's just, instead of holding on to it or trying to force it to be something it's not, it's simply letting it go. Higher perspective of it. We can't hold on to everything. We can't take everything with us. Sometimes we just have to let some things go. So if you were going up a mountain, you won't be able to take everything with you. If you're trekking up a mountain, shall we say, you'd be very particular in what you're putting in your rucksack. You'd be very particular in what you're choosing to take with you. But your heart and your mind, there's a lot you can keep in there. You only want to have the things that will be beneficial to you. You only want to have the things that will keep you moving forward, keep the momentum moving forward, keep you feeling healthy, vibrant, optimistic. It's working away. There's definitely a lot of things that are going to be walking away. So this moon, this current moon that's making its way around, it feels like there's so many things that are just clustered in 4 houses, approximately 4 houses, and the moon is just sweeping around the empty spaces, the empty houses, and then it's going to come to that space where there's lots of different planets in those houses. So you've got Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius. So when it's going to be going through Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, there's going to be quite a shifting of emotions in that space. We've got a few days yet. It's quite something. We do have some eclipses coming up soon, so. But this is the calm. This is the peace. This is why I'm saying it's important to recognise these seconds, these moments, these energies of peace within, of calm within, and so you have this as a reference point to come back to when things get a bit tumultuous. So from this space, then you'll have a reference point of where to build from. You're not going to be building from the conflict. You're not going to be building from the upset. You're not going to be building from the turmoil that you've, or the trauma or anything like that. You're building from this peaceful space. You're building from having let go of things and now having more internal dialogue that suits your longevity, it suits the long-term plan, it suits where you're heading towards. So you're going to get one more. There we go. You've got 3 of Cups. Let it out. Let it go. So you can allow greater things in. Let those things go that you don't need. I can't say you don't want, because you might still want certain things. Needing and wanting are 2 different things. So it's about letting go of what you no longer need, of what you can't take with you to the next part of the chapter, the next part of the journey. So we're going to do 3 heart chakra tuning forks and then close up. So if you'd like a personal reading, it's 108gate@gmail.com. Email's in the box below. There's a tuning fork playlist, that's also in the box below. So for now, here we go. Peace and love.